Hello, Richard Dodson here from tactfulselfpromotion.com. I want to share a strategy with you today that is about going to conferences and speaking at conferences. Now don't go away yet, because don't get scared away, because this can really be something that people can do, and you don't have to do it all yourself. Let me tell you a quick story that will exemplify this. This is something that I had a conversation with my brother. A few years ago, he was a restaurant consultant, still is. He does a lot of consulting, and he wanted to start doing the presentation, doing the public speaking circuit. So he called me and said, hey man, I'm going to start, small. I'm going to go to this little conference. I'm going to start building my reputation. And I stopped him. I said, well, where do you want to end up? And he said, well, I want to speak at the National Restaurant Association. I said, well, let's start there. And if you can't do that, let's back up. Because he already had some good presentations, because of course you want to work around town to make sure you're able to speak. But he wanted to go there. So my suggestion to him was not to put in his own proposal, but to reach out to some of his clients and put together a panel. So he could get three different, a branding expert and an operations expert, and he would do all the work, for them. So that's what he did. He reached out and he approached his clients and friends and said, hey, do you want to go to the National Restaurant Association? I got this idea. We could do a panel with these three people and me. I'll facilitate it, and I'll make up the PowerPoints. I'll work with you on them. So he basically took all the effort off of them, did a lot of the work, interviewed them, made it happen, and he proposed it. And they said yes, because these were people that were already known in the industry. And he was able, I call it, he sort of parachuted in himself, and he's standing there amongst these other experts, and he's asking the questions and facilitating. He must be somebody, right? He must be, or he wouldn't be there. So it worked. It worked beautifully. He did well. He was associated with these folks. The next year, the National Restaurant Association asked him back to give a presentation. So in our book, Power Your Career, The Art of Tactful Self-Promotion at Work, we share strategies like this and lots of other strategies for things you may not have thought about to make self-promotion easier, tactful, and not as stressful for us. So I hope this idea at least stimulates you to start thinking differently and possibly more ambitiously about what it is you might do to make yourself visible in that public speaking arena.